Coach, can you talk about AJ Marcucci coming into his first start for the Red Bulls? He's been with the program a long time. It's a big moment for him. Talk to us about his prep to get ready for this match.
Yeah, it's great. It's great now that he has the opportunity to play the first MLS game for our club, and he deserved, because he trained the last season also very well. Then he made big steps in his individual development in his previous club in Finland. And it's good now that he has the chance, and we believe in him, because he showed us in every training session his quality, and now it's the moment. Now it's the situation that he's in the starting lineup the first time, and we have all to help him in all these situations, in all the moments, and that we defend hopefully then all together very, very well.
Next to it, Anthony. Coach, Mohamed Sofo was such a big part of the home opener. Is there any chance that we're going to see him this weekend?
Yeah, it's a question. He made individual program at the beginning of the week and some parts of team training session. It's a question that he's an option for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning we have an activation, and then it's the final decision after that.
Go back to Anthony. So this is the second year now that you've had to deal with some of the weirdnesses of MLS scheduling, playing through international breaks. Do you feel like you've been able to adjust well to dealing with so many players being out for a game?
Yeah, but this is the situation now, and to be honest, I don't want to lose energy, and I don't want to lose my focus about the game for tomorrow, and too much thinking about, okay, now it's national break or something, and we missed some players, but that's the situation, and it's clear we will have 11 players plus our subs on the bench to have good options, and this is now our target, our chance, hopefully to bring the best performance on the field against Toronto, and then to get the 3 points.
Go back to Mark.
Coach, can you talk about how Victor Bogash is coming along from a health standpoint, and Cam Harper as well?
Victor Bogac, he is an option for tomorrow, and you can see in a lot of team training session this week his potential, and he worked with the whole medical department very hard for his comeback, and now he will be ready, and he will be an option for tomorrow, and we will see him in our stadium then in our jersey. And Cam Harper, yeah, he starts as well individual program on the field. So I would say hopefully the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, he will be ready then for us.
Go back to Anthony. Coach, I asked this to Sean Nealis a little bit earlier about the difference in tactics between last year and this year. The team seems to be holding the ball a lot more. How do you feel that they've adjusted to the new formation, and do you feel like it's, especially coming off the last 10 minutes of the last game where you weren't happy, do you feel like this week they've been able to kind of take care of some of those issues?
Yeah, but that's not, for me, it's not a question about our structure, to be honest. That it's more our principles are the same. We want to play very intensive, very dominant as well in most of the situations, most of the part of the game for sure. And it starts every time with our defending behavior. And what is clear when we compare the first 4 games in our season to the last season, then it seems that we have more ball possession, that we have higher numbers in this situation, and then it's a big step for us in our development, that we don't lose the energy, that we don't lose especially our counter press. That's important then after losing ball, but it's good to have the ball, and it's clear when you have the ball then you create more situations hopefully to score, and that's the difference, I would say. And this is now our next step, which is important for us to improve what happened after losing ball, and not that we have only the transition moments when we win the ball in a higher position, also when we lose the ball with a higher average of numbers in ball position, that we are very clear, very aggressive, very strong in these duels in our counter press, and then to start our transition moments.
Next, we go to Daniel Farnstein on Zoom.
Good afternoon, Sandro. Hope you're doing well today.
Good afternoon.
Just to talk about your opponent, Toronto. Obviously, they're not off to a good start, but what can you learn to try to take advantage of them to continue their poor start and to get back into the win column in this one?
Yeah, they had in all the games which they played in this season, they had also the chance for getting result, and this is they scored many goals as well in the first games, and clear structure most of the time with three center backs and a lot of rotations in their structure with sometimes with wing backs, sometimes with 8-6 position. Bernardeschi as a key player. We are expecting as well that Insigne is an option for them tomorrow. So it's a good team. It's a good team. They are also in a structure very clear how they want to play, and they have the quality as well, especially in their offensive behavior. When we are not strong enough, when we are not compact, when we are not active enough, then they have the player also then to solve these situations for them.
Next, we go to Neil Davidson on Zoom.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the time, Coach. A question from north of the border. I'm just wondering, how would you assess your team's play so far this season?
You mean if I'm satisfied with our performance, or what do you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. I would say we made good steps in our development, but it's the beginning of the season, and I would say in all the games we had also the chance to win. For me as well in our first game on the road in Cincinnati, but we can also analyze a lot of things what we have to improve. That's normal at the beginning of the season with some new faces, with some injuries which we have, but our focus is now for the next game, and then we analyze the game on Saturday, for the next days on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then to be ready every week with our style of play, for getting 3 points.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Christian Ortiz on Zoom.
Hi, good afternoon, Coach. I also wanted to ask you about an update on Ronnie Donkor. Just want to know if he will be available for tomorrow. And then one other question that I had was Andy Rojas was called up. Obviously, he's not with the team now, but he was called up for short-term agreements 2 times. What do you think you probably need to see in order for him probably to get more minutes in the next time he's called up?
Yeah, to answer your first question is Ronnie Donkor is available for tomorrow. He joined as well the team training session now the whole week. And Andy Rojas, is a player with high potential. And he came late in our preseason, also in the preseason for the second team because of the visa. And now he's away with his national team, but it's a player with high potential, and we all support him for his next step individual. And he has also to adapt our style of play with the highest intensity. But what I have seen the last 2-3 weeks in our team training session is that he has very high potential in especially in deep runs and with the first touch, second touch in our final third. And then I think it's now necessary and it's important for him when he's coming back from his national team to come in our rhythm, in our trainings rhythm, and then we will see how it continues.
Everyone, we have time for 2 more questions, Coach. First, we go to Vas on Zoom.
Saturday. Just wanted to ask you about the team's mood right now going into this match. I know they may have had a bit of a weird last 15 minutes last game, but how's their attitude going into this next match?
Yeah, team training session was very well. What we did in our team training session was the main topic was Tuesday and Wednesday our behavior against the ball, and then we start yesterday our behavior which we need against Toronto with our ball position, and this is what we did also today in the morning in our training session. But it seems the guys that they are ready tomorrow. But at the end, the trainings week is necessary. It's important to come in the rhythm and also to prepare that you are able to play intensive on Saturday. But at the end, when it's match day, then you have to show this in the most important day in the week, and that's most of the time it's Saturday at 7:30, and this is then to bring our quality. This is then what we have to show our supporters in our stadium that we are ready.
Noah, can you talk to us about AJ, what you've seen with him as he's trained? He was obviously away last year. It's a huge opportunity for him playing at home, his first MLS start. Talk to us about your relationship with him and your confidence in him.
No, I'm very confident in him. I think everyone who watches every training sees how good he is as a goalkeeper, and obviously performed very well on loan last year. So I think the whole team has full confidence in him, and I think, I think it's about. Of course, it's a big chance for him, but I don't think for him it's important not to make it too big of a deal. I think he performs so well every day in training that everyone already knows his quality. He has nothing to prove for us how good he is. So I think I'm very confident in him.
Next to Anthony. Noah, can you speak a little bit about your confidence? Because you're now essentially one of the 3 starting center backs for the team. How have you felt in these first few weeks? And just talk about that.
I think I felt good. I think we've played some good games as a team as well, which of course helps. But I think we've been quite solid. Obviously conceded 2 goals last game, which we're not happy about. But I think often it goes with the team. I think we've played quite good against some top teams. So I think I feel good. And hopefully we can continue with these performances, and hopefully then we can also add more points.
Go back to Anthony. The coach spoke about the principles remaining the same, but obviously the formation has changed. You guys are possessing the ball a bit more. How much of an adjustment has that been for you, or is that something that just seemed very natural to your talent already?
Well, I think that's what the coach wants us to do. Obviously, trying to dominate the game in all phases, and I think that of course goes with having the ball more. But then it's important that we don't lose the aggressiveness and intensity that we are so good at. So I think that's the key to maintaining that kind of balance. Would you say that we don't lose the intensity and aggression just because maybe we have the ball a bit more? So I think that's very important.
Next, go to Voss on Zoom.
How's it going, Noah? Best of luck Saturday. I just wanted to ask you maybe about some of the conversations that coach has had with the team and trying to avoid it being such a, I don't want to say an easy game, but the opponent is last place in the league. They only have 1 point on the season. So as you talked about maybe trying to avoid this being a trap game in a sense?
It's not something we discussed yet. I think all of us knows, especially guys who have been here a long time, that every game is so tough in this league. It's so competitive between all the teams. It's also what I felt coming from a different league, that the difference in quality between the teams are very close. It's not so big differences between the teams. So everyone can beat everyone, I think, and we all know that. So I don't think it's something that needs to be emphasized. I think we've just gone through the game as we do every opponent. And then, hopefully we can put on a good performance. That's going to be the key.
Next, we go to Daniel Fornstein.
Hey, Noah, I hope you're doing well today. Just talk about your game for a moment here. Obviously, you've done very well defending, but I've seen you get involved in the attack a lot more. Or do you feel you're more offensive, defensive-minded besides being a solid defender?
I think, obviously, it's something I try to do. Also, last year I tried to do it. But I think I try to help the team in the best way I can, and if I can do so by being more attacking, then I will try to do it. But I think the main thing is to just focus defensively. I think that's the key for me to, individually, to just focus defensively all the time. And then when we have the ball, of course, then I try to be offensively and help the team in that way. But I think the main focus is just to defend. That's what defenders are there for, if you say that. So, but then, of course, when you play with 3 centre backs, there's more opportunity to attack further up the pitch when you have the ball, because you have one more than you maybe have if you play a back 4. So, no, I think it's something we all try to do. But the main thing is for me, I think, just to try to focus on defending, and then we take it from there.
Everyone, we have time for 2 more questions with Noah, if anybody has any. If not, we'll let him go. Everyone good? Oh, We'll go to Voss.
Hey Noah, and just wanted to talk to you about the familiarity of playing with more than just the consistent lineup of defenders. Guys like Sean usually there, but also Hack is a new addition. Can you talk about the familiarity that you guys have been gaining throughout this season to try to just deliver better performances or great performances for them?
Yeah, like you say, when the new players come in, you try to get to know them, to play with them as quick as possible. And I think we had a good preseason where we also get to know each other, all the new players, and get to know the team. And I think that's of course helpful when in the preseason to get to know all the new players and what they like to do, and also for them to get to know us. And then, as you said, obviously Sean played a lot together with last year, so him I know very well. Yeah, of course, you try to get to know the new guys as quick as possible. I think we did that very well in the preseason, and hopefully we can continue to learn more about each other and perform better and better.
And we'll finish up with Christian Ortiz.
Hi, good afternoon, Noah. Just wanted to ask you, last week after the game, Coach mentioned that the last 10 minutes of the game, he wasn't happy with it. What are some of the things that you guys spoke with Coach this week and trying to fix that?
No, I think the last 10, 15 minutes maybe was very open and not at all controlled in the way we wanted to. And also, I think we're very sloppy with the ball in most cases. So I think that's what the key we talked about, that if we have that, of course we want to try and win the game especially at home and it's 10 minutes to go. But it's important not to lose the positions and structure that we have in the team. So I think that's the key. Then, of course, we want to win the game and to go for it, but also not to lose the structure. To not lose the game, which we could have done if Carlos had not come up with some great saves. So I think that's important.